YOLO. Today we're going to be looking at 5 different stocks that you can invest in and trying to figure out how much you have to invest in each one in order to earn $100 a month in dividends. We'll be ranking them from number 5 to number 1, starting with the highest amount you'd have to invest down to the lowest amount. Some of these, however, don't pay consistent dividends. They fluctuate each month, so take it with a grain of salt. That being said, I'm not a financial advisor or a fiduciary, so this video is for entertainment and education purposes only. All of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, at number 5 we have Realty Income, ticker symbol O, at $56.10 per share. It is a real estate investment trust, REIT. Now, the cool thing about that is most real estate investment trusts are required to pay 90% of their taxable income each year back to their shareholders in the form of dividends so that they can keep their special tax status. And this one doesn't invest in personal houses, they invest in commercial properties. So think things more like CVS, pharmacies, Dollar General, and maybe some like supermarkets here and there. Now, one thing that I absolutely love about this stock personally, and I am invested in it, is that they have over 25 years of consistently paying and increasing their dividend, which qualifies them as a dividend aristocrat. They typically will raise their dividend payments about 4 to 5 times per year, which means if you buy into this company for the amount of shares you would need to hit $100, within 1 year, you'll already be making more than $100 without investing anything or drip. Out of the 5 options that we have today, this is the safest and the slowest. It would take the largest amount of money invested into this one to generate $100 a month passively in dividends. It currently pays 26.85 cents, or with rounding, basically 27 cents per share per month. So at that rate, you would need to buy about 372 shares at $56.10 to generate $100 a month in dividends, which comes out to a total of $20,869.20. All right, number 4, we've got Global X NASDAQ 100 Covered Call ETF, ticker symbol QYLD. Now, what they do is they write covered calls on the NASDAQ 100, the top 100 tech stocks in the country. Then they take that option premium and they pass that along to their shareholders in the form of dividends. So that means their dividends are going to fluctuate month to month depending on how well their call options did in the prior month. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to use their most recent numbers and run our calculations off that. So their most recent dividend payment was for 16.5 cents per share, or roughly 17 cents a share. Based off of that payment, you would need 606 shares, and they're currently at $16.49 a share. So your total investment to reach $100 a month in dividends from QYLD would be looking at $9,992.94 per share, or roughly just slightly half of what Realty Income's was. Next up on the list, we've got number 3, AG&C Investment, ticker symbol AG&C. They're a bit of more high risk, high reward kind of investment with a higher dividend to match. But they are an MREIT, a mortgage REIT. And what they do is they basically borrow money at a low interest rate to buy mortgages and then collect the interest payments from those mortgages, which are bigger than the loan they took, pocketing the difference. If it sounds confusing and complicated, that's because it is. It's basically the stuff that everybody was doing in 2008, which led to the housing market crash. The only difference is now they're backed by the federal government, so if anything goes wrong, they get a bailout. It's nice to be the guys at the top. But This has resulted in them being able to consistently shell out 12 cents per share in dividends. So in order to hit the $100 a month in dividends that our goal is, you would have to have 833 shares. At their current price of $8.96 a share, that would result in an investment of $7,463.68 to generate $100 a month in dividends from AG&C. Moving on to number 2, we've got Oxford Square Capital, ticker symbol OXSQ. They are a business development company, a BDC, and what they do is they give loans out to businesses. So how you and I can go to the bank and get a loan to buy a house or a car, they would go out to businesses and give them loans to invest or upgrade infrastructure, whatever it may be. They're basically a bank for businesses. They specialize like that. So they are more affected by interest rates, fluctuations, and instability, which can cause NAV erosion, NAV being net asset value. But this has resulted in them being able to pay 3.5 cents per share, or roughly 4 cents with some rounding, each month. So in order to hit our $100 a month dividend goal, you would need to own 2,857 shares. Now, their current price per share is sitting at $2.31. So your grand total investment would be $6,599.67 in order to earn $100 a month in dividends. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have YieldMax Coin Option Income Strategy ETF. That's a mouthful. Ticker symbol CONY, Coney. Now, Coney is similar to QYLD earlier in the list, as it sells covered call options and then takes that premium and passes it along to the shareholders as dividends. But where they differ is QYLD writes call options on the NASDAQ 100, the top 100 tech stocks. Coney writes call options on Coinbase, just a single stock. So a lot higher risk, which is evident in the NAV erosion they've experienced. The only thing that's as big or bigger than their NAV erosion would be the dividends that they pay. Their most recent dividend was for 77 cents per share, meaning you'd need 129 shares or an investment of $1,037.16 in order to reach $100 a month in dividends as a passive form of income from Coney. But to compare it to the others and give a brief recap on them without having to scroll back in the video, I'll go ahead and tell you that your investment in order to generate $100 a month in realty income was $20,869.20. In QYLD, you had to put $9,992.94. AG&C required $7,463.68. Oxford Square Capital, $6,599.67. And then Coney only required $1,037.16 to generate $100 a month in dividends. Now, as I said before, this isn't financial advice. This is for educational and informational purposes. If you liked the video or found it really informative, go ahead and drop a like. And also, let me know in the comments below, do you own any of these positions in your own portfolio, or are you considering getting into them? I personally own all of these positions in my portfolio, but only 4 out of them, 5, pay me $100 a month in dividends. So you could go ahead and take a guess on which one I haven't quite hit $100 a month in dividends in the comments, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. But other than that, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you on the flip side.